Today, we're diving into the thrilling world of The Mother, the action-packed blockbuster currently streaming on Netflix. Trust me, folks, this one's a wild ride, okay? Now, but before we jump into all of that, I gotta warn you about spoilers ahead. So, if you haven't watched the movie yet, go ahead and check it out on Netflix and then come back, okay, to join the conversation. I want to hear all your thoughts and see if you could have noticed some of the things I did. Now, I will try to do my best and not to spoil the film. However, the storyline is very familiar. We've seen it before, okay? So, we know how it ends. We don't tune into these type of movies because of some mystery that will be revealed at the end. No, we tune in to see how the story will unfold. Basically, how will she save her daughter, okay? Now, with that being said, it was a solid action thriller. It wasn't anything revolutionary about the movie or the writing style. However, it did what it was supposed to do, which is entertain, okay? We got a lot of great action sequences, and the story followed the traditional pacing of the hero's journey. Now, the hero's journey typically involves a protagonist who embarks on an adventure, faces various challenges, and undergoes personal growth or transformation. Okay, now that we have established that, let's get down to business, okay? What's up, my Diversity in Cinema Academy fam? I'm Theta Catalan, and this is the place to be if you're an aspiring filmmaker, video creator, and screenwriter, or you just wanted my thoughts on The Mother. Now, as you may well know, art is subjective and can be left up to interpretation. So the breakdown I'm about to give is my interpretation of the movie. I would love to hear your thoughts as well, so leave a comment below. Now, Netflix and the production companies made a smart move by releasing this movie on Mother's Day weekend. As a filmmaker, determining your movie's release date is critical during the strategic planning phase. That means you should know when you plan to release your film before you even begin shooting your movie. Movie release dates are important because they can strategically capitalize on specific occasions, holidays, or themes to attract a target audience. Releasing a movie about a mother on Mother's Day weekend is brilliant, okay? Because it taps into people's emotional connection with their mothers and emphasizes the theme of motherhood, which can resonate strongly with viewers during this time, okay? So it creates a sense of thematic alignment and enhance the film's marketing and promotional efforts. In my online course, Leveling Up Your Film Business, I dive deeper into movie development, marketing, distribution, and release strategies. The course includes spreadsheets, templates, and guides to help you keep track of your strategies. Now, I'll provide a link below if you want to learn more about that. Now let's get into the story. The Mother is directed by the talented Nikki Caro, known for her incredible work on films like Whale Rider and the live-action film Mulan. The screenplay is crafted by the brilliant minds of Misha Green, Andrea Berloff, and Peter Craig, and is based on the story by Misha Green. If you're a fan of Misha's work like I am, you might have seen her other impressive productions such as Underground and Lovecraft Country. Now, in this video, I will break down the story structure of The Mother using 5 key turning points of a screenplay as our guide. Then we'll explore the themes and the use of symbolism and motifs, plus have a whole lot of fun along the way. Now let's kick things off with the hook. The hook of a movie or screenplay is a compelling and attention-grabbing element designed to captivate the audience from the very beginning. Grab them, bring them in, okay? The Mother effectively hooked the audience with its opening sequence. So in the opening sequence, FBI agent Cruz and his partner are interviewing the mother. This sequence revealed a lot in only a few minutes. But hold on. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to appreciate the cast, okay? Because Jennifer Lopez shines as the mother, a badass operative and assassin. And we've got Joseph Fiennes as Adrian Lovell, a former SAS Marine, and Omari Hardwick as William Cruz, an FBI agent. Oh, and let's not forget Lucy Perez as Zoe, the mother's estranged teenage daughter who's in serious danger. The chemistry between all these actors is on point. And if I butchered any of their names, I'm sorry. Okay, y'all? Now, all right, we're going to get back to the story. First, let's discuss the visual element. The scene is dark and moody with a blue overlay. This was accomplished in part by lighting and color grading. Color grading refers to the process of enhancing or altering the colors and tones of a film or scene during post-production. A dark, moody scene with a blue overlay can evoke a sense of coldness or mystery. It can contribute to the atmosphere and tone of a scene, emphasizing a tense mood. Additionally, blue is often associated with feelings of sadness or brooding, adding depth to the emotional resonance of the scene. So the color and lighting choices were perfect for the opening scene. The mother is a cold individual and she's not happy with the current situation. Okay, now the agents are prodding her but are not getting much information from her, which creates a sense of mystery and tension in the room. Now the writers did a great job of introducing the characters in this scene. Character development refers to the process of creating and evolving a character throughout the story. It invokes establishing the character's personality, motivations, desires, strengths, weaknesses, and growth arc. It is vital that the audience understands the characters quickly. They want to know who they're following, okay? So quickly establishing who a character is can be achieved through various means such as their actions, dialogue, appearance, relationships, or through the use of specific character traits or quirks that make them memorable to the audience. So let's break it further down, okay? So you can see how the writers did this impeccably, okay? First, we have the protagonist, which is the mother. The protagonist is the main character or central figure in a story. They are typically the character whose actions and decisions drive the narrative forward and who the audience tends to root for or empathize with. So if you want to do good writing, you got to make that happen, okay? Now, the protagonist often faces challenges, conflicts, or obstacles that they must overcome to achieve their goals or desires. Okay, so in this opening sequence, the mother is letting the FBI agents know how inept they are at this moment, okay? Basically forewarning them of what's about to come. She's elusive, cold, and calculated. The other significant character in this scene is Cruz, the reflection character. Now, the reflection character is a character who provides a contrast or a comparison to the protagonist. They often possess traits or beliefs that differ from the protagonist, allowing for exploration and development of the main character's journey. Now, the reflection character may challenge the protagonist's choices, highlight their flaws, or serve as a source of inspiration or mentorship. Now, Cruz's character traits stand out perfectly because they contrast him against his hothead partner. In addition, you can sense his connection with the mother on an emotional level. Shout out to Omari, who really displayed that well in his eyes, okay? Now, although his beliefs as an FBI agent differ from her criminal actions, he connects with her humanity as a mother. Okay, so at this point, we kind of have an idea of who these two characters are. But now it's time to show, don't tell. Bring on the action, okay? Now, while the mother is being interviewed, Adrian attacks the property. Adrian is the antagonist. The antagonist is the character or force that opposes the protagonist and creates conflict within the story. So in this hook, we are introduced to three main characters and quickly learn their personalities, strengths, and weaknesses. First, Cruz is shot and the mother avoids injury, but all the other agents are killed. The mother quickly gives Cruz emergency triage and makes a time-delayed bomb. Now, this moment shows how quickly she maneuvers in conflict. Plus, it shows her maternal instincts by being a caregiver in that moment. And it also shows that she kind of cared for Cruz, okay? Now, next, Adrian confronts the mother in the bathroom and stabs her before he gets knocked out from the explosion. This shows how ruthless Adrian is. I mean, like, who stabs a pregnant woman? Somebody who is terrible, okay? Now, after that ordeal, the mother survives and gives birth to a girl in the hospital. Adrian's body is never found, okay? So we know he's coming back, right? Now, the only problem I have with this opening sequence is the amount of time the mother had to triage Cruz and set up that bomb, okay? It was just like unrealistically too long. You mean to tell me that Adrian took out everybody in a matter of seconds, but he took his time to finally get to her? Anyways, it was a fun scene to watch, but it gets a few points deducted for that now, okay? The first theme was also established pretty quickly in this opening sequence, which is moral ambiguity. This theme explores characters willing to take matters into their own hands regardless of societal norms or laws. Now, the next stage of the film is the setup. During this stage, the story is basically laid out so the audience can relate and empathize with our character's plight. The mother was told that her baby will be placed into protected adoption. The mother objected, but realized Zoe would never be safe with her. She relented and agreed to waive her parental rights. Mother visited Cruz, giving him 3 conditions. Zoe will have an ordinary life. She'll get yearly photos of Zoe and to call her if Zoe was in trouble. Now, these scenes are what humanized her. Although a cold-hearted killer, she still had maternal love for her newborn child. Okay, so if you're finding any value in anything I have shared with you so far in this video, go ahead and hit the like button and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Now, let's dive into these 5 turning points, okay? Now, the first turning point is the call to adventure. The call to adventure is when the hero is presented with a challenge, a quest, or an opportunity that sets them on their journey. So for this film, it's when one of the bad guys kidnaps her daughter, setting the stage for an adrenaline-fueled adventure. Now, this leads to another theme, maternal instincts. We witness the mother's unwavering love for her child and determination to protect her at any cost. It's a theme that hits home and keeps us on the edge of our seats. Now, speaking of maternal instincts, the writers cleverly use a mother wolf and her cubs as a motif in the film to symbolize the mother's protective instincts. A motif is a recurring element, symbol, theme, or image within a literary work, film, or other forms of storytelling. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about literary devices, check out my review on Hung for Jesus, where I elaborated on how to use these devices to add depth to your story. Now, in The Mother, we saw the wolves several times. The image of a mother wolf bonding, nurturing, and defending her cubs symbolized the fierce dedication and selflessness that a mother exhibits to ensure the well-being and survival of her children. And that she does. The mother heads to Cuba to save her daughter, okay? She took out all the security and found her daughter. However, that was not good enough for her, okay? She had to kill the guy who masterminded that scenario. Now, this invokes another theme of revenge, cycle of violence. This theme delves into the idea that revenge rarely resolves conflicts, but instead perpetuates a never-ending cycle of harm. And that it does, because this act of revenge signals Adrian. So this takes me to the next turning point, the change of plans. This is where something transformed the original desire into a specific visible goal with a clearly defined endpoint. Now, midway through taking Zoe back to her adoptive parents, Adrian intercepted them. However, the mother-daughter duo escaped, realizing she was unsafe even if she brought Zoe home. Mother took Zoe to her Alaskan home. Now, let's fast forward to the film's midpoint, the point of no return. This is where the mother fully commits to her goal and undergoes personal growth. She takes her daughter to a secluded cabin in Alaska where they bond and face new challenges. However, when one of the cubs bites Zoe, she has to take her to the hospital to get stitched up. When Zoe gives the doctor her real name, okay, mother realizes Adrian is coming for them and she needs to prepare for battle. Now, this is a pivotal moment that sets the stage for the ultimate showdown between the skilled assassin and the vengeful antagonist. Now, the final battle is intense and action-packed, filled with close combat, gunfights, and high-stakes moments. Mother fights with all her strength and determination to save her daughter and put an end to the cycle of violence. The fight scenes are choreographed brilliantly, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. So during their confrontation, Mother not only showcases her deadly skills, but also taps into her maternal instincts, using her wits and resourcefulness to outsmart Adrian at every turn. As a result, the clash between the two characters becomes more than just a physical battle. It's a clash of ideologies and a test of willpower. However, there's a major setback, which is the next turning point. This is when something happens to your hero, making it seem to the audience that all is lost. At this point, Mother managed to kill all of Adrian's men and had a final face-off with him, but Zoe accidentally shoots her and knocks her out, okay? So while Mother is knocked out, Adrian kidnaps Zoe. Now, the last turning point is the climax. This is where the hero must face the biggest obstacle of the entire story. She must determine her fate and the ultimate motivation must be resolved. Ultimately, Mother emerges victorious, defeating Adrian and rescuing Zoe from his clutches. The climax brings a sense of relief and catharsis as the audience witnesses the culmination of the hero's journey and the triumph of sacrifice and redemption. The final stage of the film is the aftermath. This is where you reveal the hero's new life. With both men dead, Mother returns Zoe to her adoptive parents, and the two reconciled as mother and daughter. So the film ends on a heartwarming note. The theme of family and the power of a mother's love is reinforced, leaving the viewers with a sense of satisfaction and emotional resonance. Overall, The Mother is an entertaining action thriller that follows the traditional story structure of the hero's journey. It explores themes of revenge, moral ambiguity, maternal instincts, and the cycle of violence, all while keeping the audience engaged with its fast-paced storytelling and dynamic characters. While the plot has no major surprises, the film delivers on its promise of thrills and action. If you're a fan of the genre or just looking for a fun movie to watch, I recommend checking out The Mother on Netflix. Let me know in the comments what your thought of The Mother and if you picked up on any of the themes and symbolism discussed. I would love to hear your thoughts and engage in some lively discussion. Also, if you want to learn more about becoming a screenwriter, this video, What Does a Screenwriter Do for a Movie Production, will be an excellent resource. So check it out now.